Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have had a tense week, and the change is hard to miss. Everywhere I checked, something new about them appeared, and each update made the situation feel heavier. I'm not trying to exaggerate anything, but even I noticed how fast the mood around their marriage shifted. At first, people were dismissing every rumor. Then suddenly, Justin said things no one thought he would say. After that came the clips everyone kept replaying, the interviews raising more confusion, and that one moment caught on video that left the internet stuck for hours. It's the kind of chain of events where guesses aren't even needed. The facts speak for themselves. Today we're walking through exactly what unfolded, step by step, starting with the first sign that things at the Bieber home weren't as calm as everyone assumed. When Justin and Hailey finally admitted their marriage was struggling, it felt like the turning point. For years, any whispers of trouble were quickly shut down, either by fans or by people who said the tabloids were inventing stories. Now those claims are coming directly from Justin and Hailey. Even I could feel how different and heavier their words sounded this time. Hailey saying they're taking their marriage one step at a time might sound like a simple statement, but it isn't. It's the kind of thing couples say when they're trying to study something that's already getting harder to hold together. And Justin's recent expressions haven't made things easier to ignore. He looks worn out, distant, and unfocused. You can almost sense the pressure sitting behind every public moment they share. One fan wrote, "This is the first time they're not acting like everything is perfect." And honestly, I get why people feel that way, because when a couple that usually keeps everything private suddenly stops hiding how they feel, it says a lot about how serious things might be. Another person added, "Being honest is mature, but it also shows the rumors weren't false." I didn't want to agree at first, but it's hard not to understand where people are coming from. When both Justin and Hailey start using words like hard, difficult, and day by day, it shows the pressure at home has reached a point where pretending isn't possible anymore. And that was only the start. Everything that followed made their admission feel even more serious. Right after Justin and Hailey said their marriage was in a rough phase, things took an even sharper turn. The moment Justin stepped out of the car at Kris Jenner's birthday party, the internet noticed something no one expected to see, a strange white powder mark on his pants. And honestly, the timing couldn't have been worse. When a couple is already dealing with tension, even the smallest moment can explode into something bigger. And this moment blew up instantly. The photo was everywhere within minutes. People zoomed in, circled the mark, broke it down frame by frame. Even I stopped for a moment because the online reaction turned chaotic in seconds. One fan wrote, "I don't want to jump to conclusions, but this looks bad. Really bad." And that's exactly why it went viral. Not because people knew what it was, but because nobody did. At the same time, Justin's supporters responded just as quickly. Someone commented, "It's probably baby powder from Jack's diaper. People are overthinking it." And honestly, I understood why some believed that too. When you have a child, things like that can happen. But the real issue wasn't the stain by itself. It was the overall energy around Justin lately. The tired look on his face, the tension in how he carried himself, the emotional weight we already noticed earlier. That single photo didn't prove anything, but it definitely fed into a fire that was already burning. And the most surprising part was still ahead. The live stream where Justin finally explained what was happening behind the scenes changed everything. If the white powder moment created questions, his live stream answered them in a way no one expected. Sitting at a round table with his friends, he started off casually. Then suddenly, the conversation shifted into something much more real. For the first time, Justin admitted he'd been under financial pressure, worried about paying bills, and even feeling distant from his own family because of it. I remember watching and thinking, okay, this is the moment no one can argue with anymore. That's exactly what went through my mind. Justin talked about how stress pulled him away from the people he cared about, how he tried filling emotional emptiness with money and material things, and how none of it helped. You could hear the honesty in his voice, tired, heavy, almost giving up. One fan commented, "This didn't sound like a celebrity. This sounded like someone who's been carrying too much for too long." And honestly, I felt the same way. Another person wrote, "Now the non-stop product launches make sense. They're trying to stay afloat." And whether that's accurate or not, that's where most people's thoughts went. When someone openly admits they're scared about money, every business decision suddenly looks completely different. What stood out to me wasn't the confession itself. It was how openly he said it. No polished answers, no careful wording, no scripted speech. Just a man worn down by responsibility, pressure, and expectations he can't outrun. And with the tension in the Bieber home becoming clearer each day, what the internet saw next felt almost unreal in comparison. After watching Justin open up like that, I honestly thought the internet couldn't shift its focus any faster. But then almost. Suddenly, my entire feed went in a completely different direction. New wedding photos of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco started appearing. And within minutes, every timeline, every fan account, every trending topic looked the same. It felt like the whole internet paused at once. The photos weren't just nice. The photos felt warm, personal, almost like a movie scene. Selena standing under gentle lights. Benny looking at her like she was the only person in the room. The handwritten note from her grandparents. Details that hit you straight in the heart. You could feel the emotion even through a screen. One fan wrote, "I don't even know them personally, but these photos feel like peace." And honestly, that was exactly the word I kept thinking about too, peace. Another person commented, "This wedding looks like something money couldn't buy, just pure happiness." That reaction spread quickly because the photos didn't feel fake or staged. They felt real, lived in, intimate, almost like you were there with them throughout the day. And then came the unexpected detail. Insiders mentioned that just the rehearsal dinner might have cost close to $1 million. But despite all that luxury, the vibe didn't feel over the top. It felt deliberate, calm, and very personal. As more photos and clips appeared, the internet's reaction grew even stronger, setting up conversations no one expected. The more the photos circulated, the more details came out, especially about the dinner. Honestly, when I first saw the setup, I thought the number online was exaggerated. But insiders kept confirming it, nearly $1 million for the rehearsal dinner alone. But here's the surprising part. Even with all that money spent, the atmosphere didn't feel flashy or over the top. It looked intimate, almost cozy, like every detail was meant to make the day meaningful rather than huge. Close-up shots showed the menu, candlelit tables, custom drinks, handwritten notes, and small personal touches that kept people talking. One fan wrote, "It's expensive, yes, but it doesn't feel showy. It feels like they planned it with heart." Honestly, that was exactly what I thought scrolling through the photos. Luxury doesn't always feel warm, but here it did. Another person added, "It's amazing how calm everything looks, like no stress, no performance, just a couple enjoying their moment." And that comment stuck with me because it showed why the internet reacted so strongly. It wasn't just about the photos or the money, it was the emotion behind them. As more clips appeared, showing Benny and Selena leaving events, getting into cars, and interacting naturally, people online began forming their own opinions. Not because anyone told them to, but because the contrast between celebrity couples was becoming too obvious to ignore. Looking back at everything we've gone through, it's clear that the stories online aren't just headlines. They're glimpses of people who, behind all the fame, are still trying to keep their lives together, each in their own way. Justin and Hailey are under real pressure, the kind most people would struggle with even without the whole world watching. The small moments that keep appearing, interviews, live streams, and footage, make it clear they're dealing with more than they expected when they first got married. At the same time, the internet reacts to every photo, detail, and video clip with an intensity that can either support them or make things harder. Watching how people responded this week really made me realize how quickly we jump to conclusions just because a moment looks a certain way. I'm not here to take sides or tell anyone what to do, but I am here to look at what's happening and try to understand why people react the way they do. So here's my question for you, and I want you to really think about it before answering. If you were in Justin's shoes, facing financial stress, emotional pressure, and a marriage being judged publicly, which moment this week do you think would have hit you the hardest, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to see how you interpret these moments when you strip away all the noise and just focus on the human side of it. After that week of intense public scrutiny, things inside the Bieber household were quiet but heavy. Justin spent long evenings going over bills and planning schedules, while Hailey focused on keeping their home grounded, trying to protect their child from the constant spotlight. Every small decision felt magnified. Even leaving the house meant cameras and whispers were waiting outside. Fans online debated every move. Some criticized, some sympathized, and others tried to piece together a narrative from scattered clips. Meanwhile, Justin's live stream kept circulating, with people replaying the moments where he admitted feeling disconnected and pressured. Hailey's comments about taking one day at a time were shared endlessly, each repetition fueling conversations about what life behind closed doors might really be like. Amid all this, a rare photo surfaced. Justin and Hailey walking their child in the park, unbothered by the cameras hovering nearby. The simplicity of the moment, laughter, a little stumble, a hand reaching for support, reminded people that even those living under a microscope experience ordinary, human moments. Comments flooded in, noting how relatable it felt. No glamour, no headlines, just life. It was a subtle reminder that behind every viral clip, every scandal, and every judgment, these were people navigating real struggles, trying to hold themselves together day by day. And for many viewers, that image, ordinary yet honest, became the moment that resonated most. The week that had started with chaos ended with a quiet understanding. Sometimes, the human side tells the story better than any headline ever could.